Hey everybody, Ben with Classic Firearms here. Today is Thursday, August the 17th, and I've got a real treat for you folks today. Swedish M41B snipers, 6.5 by 55 caliber. This is the pride of the Swedish sniper, one of the most accurate production military rifles ever made. I don't know that we've had these in the past, but we're really proud to be able to offer them now. Now there are 4 or 5 different categories that these are going to fall in, folks. Matt's running the camera. Matt, let's start on this end of the table and we'll just go from this end forward. I have 2 or 3 of these folks that are incomplete, and as was the case with our M96s, the incompletes will all have the same minor issue. We'll come in here. I have some straight bolt incompletes, and we're going to sell these by whether they're straight bolt or bent bolt. But a straight bolt incomplete, the incompletion is going to be that it is missing the lower leaf spring under the rear sight. So the sight will still flip up and down, still slides, everything works properly, but it does not have the pressure on it that the leaf spring provides. So it'll be a little loose as far as it will just raise and lower really easily, as opposed to if it had the leaf spring. You can tell they're under tension when they come up and go back down. So that's the difference there. While we're talking about these are all X-snipers. All of them will be drilled and tapped in some formation. This one is drilled and tapped along the side of the receiver. Some are drilled and tapped on the top. All kind of different variations on these. All of them have the really nice crest showing the manufacturer, and I'll get Matt to come back in again and focus. I'll try to hold that still, Matt, while you focus on the crest. Is that focusing good?
Yes, sir.
Every time you get close to me, the microphone gets closer too, so I'm trying not to blow it out when you get real close like that. Folks, there are various years here and various differences. Matt, come back in again. I'm just going to hold some up. And let's look at the rear sight itself. You're going to see standard rear sights. We're going to have some of the micrometer rear sights. Here's an even different style in the micrometer rear sight. We'll scan on up the table. I've got a straight bolt on my left and a bent bolt on my right, and you see 2 very different rear sights on these. If we were to list each one of these rifles separately, folks, it would be too many options, so we've tried to simplify it. The type of sight you get is going to be luck of the draw, okay? But here's what we're doing. We have the incompletes, which will be missing the rear leaf spring under the sight. I have them with a straight bolt at a certain price point. I have them with a bent bolt. The bent bolts are more desirable. We realize that. Those will be at a higher price point. All of the other rifles will be complete, with the exception of rifles of this age. You may expect a minor crack in the stock somewhere. Just understand that these may have a minor stock crack. Nothing function impairing, just due to the age it's inherent in these rifles. Expect it. All of them will not have it. Some may have it. It may be very minor. Just know that it may be there. At any rate, our standard grade with a straight bolt handle, these are at $579. All of the other rifle variations are going to be either above that price or below that price based on the characteristic. Again, X-Sniper, you can see where the mount was there. We also have the bent bolt handle starting right about here. And again, we'll turn and show you X-Sniper variation. Some of these folks, and we have well under 100 on these. This is a good representation, probably 20% of what we actually have laying out here on the table. Some of them will even have the side plate on them, as you can see here, and that one's got that's a 1911, so I'm gonna turn that over and let folks see that. It's really cool. Some will have the front sight protector, etc. But again, the bent bolts are a custom option up, a little higher price, but those will be available. And then we have the crown jewel. I only have one of these. We're going to show it to you very closely. Has the micrometer rear sight, as you can see here. It also has, it's the only one I've ever seen, folks. It also has the complete scope mount. In the interest of full disclosure, this particular rifle is missing its stock plate there, or what would you call that, Matt?
It's a medallion.
The medallion, yes, missing the medallion there.
We should also cover that front end there.
Yep, we should cover that front end. I don't know if this barrel has been chopped. It is slightly shorter than the other barrels. You can see where there was a front sight on it at one time. Obviously, it was made for a sniper to only use the scope. Let's compare these two front ends, Matt, so they can see that. I'm going to put the butt stocks at exactly the same spot so they can see that this barrel actually is shortened somewhat. And it is missing the sight blade out there on the front. But historically, man, how nice to have that scope mount on there, historically correct to the rifle. And again, folks, we only have one of these. Now, folks, in your ad, all you got to do is type in M41. Okay, folks, if you saw a little glitch there, pardon that, forgive that glitch. Our SD card actually filled up and we ran out of memory, so we had to stop and get another card to put in to do the closeout. Anyway, I think you saw all the details on this complete sniper with the complete mount here. And of course, we were telling you it does not have a front sight blade, and it appears the barrel's been shortened on it. So that pretty much covers the rifles, folks. When you go to the ad to find these, just type in M41B. All of these will come up. We call them custom options when we sell them in different manners by the different characteristics and at different price points. But if you'll just look in the lower part of the ad, it'll say choose your rifle, select the one you want. It'll either have an addition above the 579 or a subtraction below the 579, so you can choose the one that you want. Folks, if you like our videos and want them to come directly to you, there's a button right here. Just click on it and they'll come directly to your inbox. Otherwise, take advantage of these while you can. They are very historic and a great deal. We appreciate your business. God bless, and thank you for being with us at Classic Firearms.